Hi, I'm LDS and Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge. So let's dive into 1 Nephi chapter 2. I just want to say that I'm reading from an older Book of Mormon since I haven't bought one after the new translation in English. I still have 4-in-1 that I bought when I studied in the States. So just so you know, and yes, I actually like to read from a book. I know I can read the scriptures online, call me old-fashioned. So, in verse 1, the Lord spoke to Lehi, yet again in a dream, and in verse 2 he commanded him in his dream to take his family and go into the wilderness. I don't know about you, but to have that kind of faith, to have a dream and trust the dream so much that you would actually just up and go, is for me intriguing. Do I have that kind of faith? Then again, I don't recall any of my dreams at night, so if I had a dream like that, I probably would. But to leave everything behind and only take family, food, and tent, and just go. It made me think that when we die, all we can bring with us is our soul. Everything else will be left behind anyway. That is hard for me because I tend to put memories into things, which means I have a lot of memories everywhere at home. So I have started to taking pictures of my things that hold memories, so I can actually toss things away. We will get into that in another episode that I actually just brainstormed today anyway. Back to Nephi. In verse 7, Lehi builds an altar and makes a sacrifice to the Lord and gives thanks. That makes me think of life. It takes work and effort, but it needs to be given freely with gratitude and thanks in our hearts for us to thrive and learn and grow and go forward. In verse 11, we learn more about Laman and Lemuel. They were stiff-necked and murmured, and was angry to leave all the wealth behind them. And for me, that talks about them choosing a 3D reality. And Nephi wanting to learn and understand the Lord, getting an answer, and then talking to Sam, who believed in Nephi on his words. I talked a little about vibrations and frequencies last week, and for me this shows Laman and Lemuel being low vibration, not understanding the power of raising your vibration to align more to the divine for answers and enlightenment. It also tells me that Sam might have a spiritual gift of believing the teachings of Nephi, that it says in verse 17, and Nephi to have a gift of teaching. And that was just a thought that popped up regarding spiritual gifts. I like the way they describe Lehi as following: the foolish imagination of his heart, as he was a visionary man. Now that we've fully shed our 3D mentality or vibration and start aligning with the 5D, what transforms the most is our heart and the opening of our 5D heart chakra. I found a YouTube video that talked about the difference, and I will put a link down in the description, and where she says, we are shifting our focus as humans from a 3D or the physical aspect of our lives to the 5D or the emotional aspects of our lives, from what to do for a living, what kind of car do you drive, how much money do you make, what brands do you wear, into a society that is more, are you happy? Are you loving yourself? How do you treat others? We're beginning to understand the importance of our character and living in vibration that brings love and peace and truth. And Lehi was getting his inspiration through dreams from our Lord. And Nephi, wanting to be and understand and having this 5D mentality of wanting to know the truth, also asked and received answers from the Lord. For me, it's obvious that Laman and Lemuel was stuck in a 3D reality, and Nephi and Sam was in a 5D reality. The biggest difference from then to now is the fact that back then the earth vibration was a 2D to 3D, but now the earth has risen its vibration into a 5D, which makes people almost forcibly wake up to their heart centers, and in sometimes very painful ways. I thought I was awake. I thought I was well on my way. But it took the divorce and everything that brought into my life to realize now how far I've come last year on my path. A path I wouldn't have chosen for myself, but that I'm today so grateful that I have been able to partake of and keep going on. I have myself a greater focus on the emotional aspect of life. I hardly ever listen to news or read news or watch news. Am I being ignorant? Probably. But I do what makes me feel good. And honestly, how many news makes you feel good? So I've made a decision not to put things in me or my energy field that brings my energy or vibration down. I know I can't control everything, but something I can and I will control. So, thought of the day after reading 1 Nephi 2. Which vibrational state are you in? Are you in Laman or Lemuel's or Nephi's and Sam's? I know who I want to identify with, and till next time, be the light, share the light, spread the light, shine. This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.